Sometimes here in Mexico, I'll see some workers with these weight belts. They use these weight belts or these support belts. They're like weightlifting belts, and people use them when they're moving furniture. And sometimes they'll even wear them when they're in the fitness club or a condo gym. And you sometimes see this in North America as well, people wearing weight belts during a workout. But you have to understand how the mechanisms of your back and back support really operate, because if you're wearing a belt for you to create pressure so that your back is more stable, you actually have to push your stomach out against the belt. And if you follow the principles of Paul Chek, the world's #1 health guru, in my opinion, he will tell you if you condition your body to gain support in the back area by pushing your stomach out against the belt, well, what happens when you remove the belt? The big secret is that you already have a belting mechanism internal inside your core, inside your abdomen, so that when you sort of bend down and say you're picking up a heavy rock, your sort of inner core will actually, so your belly button will move inward, and the movement of your belly button inward will sort of fortify your back for the lift. Now, I'm not too sure if you put that together, but your natural mechanism for supporting your back involves your belly button getting sucked in a little bit, maybe sort of half an inch. And if you basically wear a weight belt or one of these support belts like they do in Mexico, you can only gain support for your back by pushing your viscera, your intestines out, and making your stomach bigger. And then let's just say there's a person who moves furniture here in Mexico, and they have one of these support belts on. Well, they lift all day, they condition the response neurologically inside their body to push their belly out, to push their intestines out, to fortify support for their lower back. Now, when this guy goes home and he takes off his belt and say he's going to pick up his kid, his body's already conditioned to stick his stomach out, which is the exact opposite of what the natural conditioning should be, which is to sort of suck the belly button in a little bit to fortify the back. So when this guy, say, picks up his kid or goes to move a couch at his own house and doing something heavy in his own life, he has the exact opposite core function that he would need to support his back. He's going to blow his back out absolutely somewhere in his life, because he's using this artificial belt support system to inversely program his body to stick his stomach out instead of to pull his stomach in. And this is why people who wear belts get weaker and weaker backs. They never support proper core function. And of course, wearing a belt's not going to make your back stronger. If you want to make your back stronger, you got to go, say, to the Chek Institute, CHEK. I receive no money whatsoever. No paid endorsements of Paul Chek and his institute out in California. But you got to learn how to strengthen your back muscles naturally so they work as God designed them. You can't invert your natural back fortification system and teach it to stick the stomach out when the stomach's supposed to pull in a little bit. And this is why, it'd be the same thing as someone saying, well, I'm going to use a wheelchair because it's easier, and that's going to make my legs stronger, and that's going to make my hips stronger, that's going to make my knees stronger. No, if you don't challenge your body in an appropriate way and strengthen it in an appropriate way, using artificial supports and artificial fortifications like crutches. Like, you're not going to protect your legs by using crutches all the time. You're going to destroy your legs, because if you use crutches, you weaken yourself. If you use a wheelchair, you weaken yourself. If you use one of these belts, you weaken yourself. So this is something I've gone to the Chek Institute and learned, and this is sort of like a total health package they don't teach anywhere else in the world. And that's why, I try to maintain my health using this advanced knowledge, and everybody else would be well challenged to do the same, to make sure they're healthy for all of their lives, or as healthy as possible. If you need any more information like this, you can email me personally, get on my private email list. Email me at info@jkristoff.com, and I'll put you on what's called the Kristoff Report. We'll send that out 2 to 3 times a week and give you some tidbits, some information that you don't get. Because, of course, the system works based on your weakness. You're not going to get mainstream information making you stronger. You're only going to get mainstream information that makes you weak, because you can't rule healthy, independent, and vital people. You can only rule dependent, sick, diseased, and depressed people. So you're going to have to get your information from alternate sources, because if you get it from the mainstream news or the mainstream radio or the mainstream print media, all it is going to be about poisoning yourself back into the Stone Age, so you're easier to govern, control, lie to, manipulate, and steal from. This is Jason Kristoff signing off. Thank you for listening.